Hey everyone, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with me today Sebastian Sassi, who's the Vice President of Sales at Atlantic Vision. Sebastian, thank you for talking to me today.
Hey, Doug, thanks for the opportunity and always excited to talk about what we do.
Well, I'm excited to be reporting on what you do because what you do sort of helps everyone else do what they do. So
Absolutely.
we're going to be talking about that today. And the way this conversation started was that it turns out you feel that the way you guys do it will not be disrupted by some of the turmoil that we're seeing in supply and tariffs and other controversies and so on. So before we dive into that, Sebastian, what is Atlantic Vision?
Yeah, so Atlantic Vision is actually a 25-year-old company. So we have startup mentality, but a long-standing track record of success in the fiber optic passives game. And what does that mean? We basically take all of the fiber connectivity, fiber connectors plus fiber cables, and make pre-connectorized fiber products for both the broadband and data center markets. And we do it faster, cheaper, and better than anybody else in the business. So I often describe us to people that don't quite understand what fiber optics is as, well, we're the best kept secret in the fiber optic industry. So we compete directly with the big fiber optic OEMs, the household names. We do compete directly. We are a manufacturer, so we manufacture for a lot of companies that are household names in the fiber optic space. But really what we are is the highest capacity manufacturer for the patch cords and trunk cables, multi-fiber trunk cables, and the outside plant terminals and drop cables that make broadband networks possible. And we're really the highest capacity manufacturer out there. And we are able to produce faster, cheaper, and better all of the products you need for the optical networking future that is coming. And I think that we really are an essential technology and an essential provider for a marketplace that is going to continue to experience a lot of demand for fiber optic cabling products that make the modern connected world possible.
And this whole conversation started because you were able to say to me that the way you guys have yourselves organized, you don't believe that your ability to help customers with consistent pricing, with consistent stock, in-stock product, and so on, that will not be disrupted come what may.
Yeah, I hate to sound insensitive to the people and employers and employees and people in industries that are going to be drastically affected by some of the headline risk we're seeing right now. But I think we're very well positioned. I think our products are going to weather this storm just fine. In fact, I think as capital market budgets start to come in a little bit, when people look for ways to save money, someone who can produce as cost effectively and at such a low price that as we can is going to be essential for the market. We're going to be able to help people hold the line on cost for connectorized fiber products. So all of those data center projects that you're hearing about, all of the growth and augmented reality and generative AI and automation that are coming, as those things drive demand for the very same products that are experiencing tariff-related increases in costs. We're going to be able to hold the line. We're going to help people save money on those products. I mean, obviously, we're not immune to it. We're going to have to pass some costs along to our consumers, but I think we're very well positioned to help hold the line on cost for fiber products.
Another thing that struck me about what you guys do in terms of capacity is you have a very extensive stocking program.
Yeah, we're able to both stock and very quickly produce products that a lot of other manufacturers don't want to either have handy or produce very quickly. And so because we are very laser focused on what we do, we are not all things to all people in the fiber optic world. We certainly don't do everything that a Corning or a CommScope or a Clearfield does. But what we can do is in the fiber optic patch cable and trunk cable world, for all of that physical connectivity for data centers, we're able to keep in stock a very large quantity of products that we can ship out immediately to our customers when they have a need. And we're very flexible. We're able to adjust and modify that. So if someone comes to us and says, hey, I need you to keep at any given time 1,000 40-meter long LCA to LCU duplex patch cords, we're happy to do it. Yeah, we can maintain a stocking level that makes us a very attractive partner to a distributor or a customer that needs to have that kind of connectivity readily available. The good news, though, is that our manufacturing times are very short. I mean, it's pretty rare that it takes us longer for any kind of patch cord and trunk cable world. Certainly in the data center environment, pretty rare it would take us more than 2 weeks to produce anything you need. If somebody comes to us and says, "Hey, I need 100,000 MPO patch cord or MPO breakouts, and I need 500,000 LC patch cords produced, and I need them in 3 weeks. Can you accept the order?" We could. I mean, we have the ability to accordion our production capacity as required.
And so, Sebastian, you brought with you today some slides to show us a little bit of detail about what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we didn't invent the MST; we just perfected it. So we produce. We are pretty confident what the highest quality, the most survivable, the most waterproof, the most environmentally secure, the most durable MST in the market. Our MST, our multi-port service terminal, is a very flexible solution. It is based on the OptiTap standard, so it's open platform. The most important thing I can stress to folks is that we use the OptiTap SuperTap connector. So what has been the standard in the fiber to the home and the broadband market for 20 years now. Because we are using that standardized connector, we can interoperate with anybody else's MST and drop cable environment who's also in the OptiTap world. So because that represents about 95% of the deployed capacity out there already, you can fold our products into your outside plant deployments. Even if you're already using somebody else's products, we can seamlessly be folded into what you're doing. So because it's open platform, there's nothing proprietary about it. So even if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, you can find somebody else to supply you with OptiTap drop cables. I mean, so there's no threat of being locked into something that's proprietary with us. So because we're using the OptiTap standard, our MST interoperates very conveniently, very quickly, very easily with anyone else's MST on the market that you're already using. So the big household names that companies are more familiar with in the broadband space, you can use our products as well. And I think that's a huge advantage for us. And it's also a big advantage for our channel partners who are going to market with our product. You're looking at our 12-port MST. We make everything from 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12-port MSTs with any length pigtail on it, flat drop dielectric or tonable. So because our product is able to cover a lot of bases in the outside plant world, we can also save people a lot of money. I mean, our product is priced extremely competitively. And frankly, we're disruptive to the industry, and it's great. I think this is an industry that needs some disruption, and we can provide it. So in the outside plant world, we make the best MST on the market. We do it more quickly and at a very, very competitive price point. So we are a difficult competitor to compete with in this space. So I would implore anyone who's considering a broadband build, you should be taking a look at our product, because it really is, the best one on the market, and it's something that I think you'd be remiss not to look at, because we do make really, I think, the best outside plant products anywhere, and we're also very flexible because we are a nimble operator. We can be very flexible. I've got one customer in the Pacific Northwest who had a requirement for putting multiple splitters inside of an MST. We actually stacked 4 1x2 splitters in an MST for him, and helped him ultimately reduce the amount of fiber pulling he had to do by about 30%, simply because he didn't have to mess with the splice case. He didn't have to pull nearly as much fiber because of our architecture. And we'll actually be presenting at the ITA showcase later this week in Oregon about how we were able to save them both fiber pulling cost and labor because of the flexibility of our platform. So we're able to customize that solution to do just about anything you can imagine you'd need to do for an outside plant build. It's a very flexible solution. It's based on standardized connectors, and it's very cost effective, and we can produce it in very large quantities very quickly.
Now, you actually have a private label OEM program, is that right?
Absolutely. So we do actually, we do private label for a lot of optical connectivity manufacturers that you would have heard of and that people in this space would have heard of. So because we have for a very long time kind of been in the background, as a private label manufacturer for lots of other manufacturers. We are known around the industry as a manufacturer's manufacturer. So we can customize production to suit really any manufacturer, their requirements for packaging, labeling, production of capacities. So when someone has a requirement for overflow capacity, branding products to someone else's brand is something that we do every day. And we are able to really handle any overflow requirement that you have. So we have very large stocking capacity in our warehouse. We can expand warehouse capacity as required to stock what folks need us to stock. We can label products as they need them labeled, and we can produce as much and as fast as you need us to produce to help. If you're a manufacturer in this space, you should absolutely be taking a look at what we can do to help you, maintain your capacity and maintain your stocking levels. So, because we are able to be extremely flexible in that regard, we offer a lot of advantages to folks that have challenges in that space. If you need more capacity, if you need to private label something, we're a great partner for anyone who's looking to really go to market, in a high capacity way with a very high quality product produced at a very low cost.
So, Sebastian, as we wrap up today, thank you for telling us about your company and giving us a little bit of insight. You told me just now that you guys are actually looking to find new channel partners, new people interested in representing your product, and people to kind of figure out how big an opportunity this is.
No, absolutely. We see the marketplace for connectivity, especially in the data center environment. I don't think that genie's ever going back in the bottle. I think over the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see an explosive need for physical connectivity to make all those racks and racks of servers work and to function. There are a lot of companies that are going to need a lot of connectivity, and we are absolutely looking for new partners. We are absolutely looking for folks that want to work with us to help get that connectivity into the hands of folks that need it. If you look at multi-tenant data center environments, if you look at hyperscale data center environments, you see providers of that actual work, to get all that connectivity built. They need to get their hands on what it is we make. And so we are absolutely hunting for folks that can help us spread the good word about how we can backfill the capacity requirements for that. I've actually talked to distributors who talked about a big hyperscale data center build that happened recently in Texas, where two of the big OEMs in this space were both given an opportunity to produce product there, because neither of them could actually satisfy the capacity required for building out that big opportunity. And frankly, we could have done the whole thing. And it just, the only opportunities that we miss, I think, are the ones where people don't know that we exist. So we want to let the marketplace know, yes, we are absolutely looking to grow. We're absolutely looking to accommodate everything that you require for building out your data center, your next build. We can absolutely provide the capacity that is required to get this done. And we have the ability to produce both at a very high quality, a high level of quality, at a very aggressive price point, and very large capacities, what is required to make a lot of these builds happen. As such, yes, we're absolutely looking for data center operators, construction partners, technical operatives, people that are actually doing the physical work of building out these projects who need this kind of connectivity. The OEM manufacturers of the world, the HPs and the Dells of the world, when these companies are building their product, everything they build has a port in it to connectorize an MDC, an MPO connector, an LC connector, all of that equipment that's making the augmented, automated, generative AI reality that's coming work. All of that equipment requires our physical connectivity. And we can produce everything that is required for that space in a very timely fashion at a very aggressive price point. And I think we could be a really good partner to people that are going to be scrambling for that kind of connectivity. So when people are struggling, how are we going to cut costs on this? How are we going to get this to actually happen in a timely fashion? We are the silver bullet for that. And I think it's only really a matter of time until the marketplace realizes it. And I think we're going to be a very important provider in that space. So yes, absolutely. I would encourage anyone who's experiencing challenges in that space to reach out to me directly and reach out to our organization and let us help you.
Well, Sebastian, thank you very much indeed for joining me today. This has been really interesting. I'm looking forward to our next encounter, possibly coming up at that event you mentioned in Oregon.
Yeah,
But
we'll
for
be at
now,
ITA Showcase this week in Portland, Oregon. The Oregon Telecom Association is having a get together, and you can actually meet some of our customers. You can meet some of the companies that we partner with, and you can meet some of the movers and shakers in the Pacific Northwest who are building fiber connectivity as we speak. So, yeah, hope to see you there.
well, don't miss it, everybody. And for now, Sebastian, thank you very much indeed.
All right, thank you.